UFC Vegas 101 full fight reaction co-main event, Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Carlston Harris. The time is now, and this is a big fight with big implications because both guys are very good. You know, they're not like top 10, but they're both very good. And this is a tough division, ruled by Bilal Muhammad at the top. We had Jacoby Smith getting the job done early tonight with a big finish. And this division, much like the middleweight division, is heating up, and both guys touch gloves, and we're finally underway. And Ponzinibbio with 30 wins, Harris looking for his 20th. So, you know, as long as someone wins, I mean, these guys are going to have a combined 50 wins in the octagon. So a lot of experience here in this fight. And as I said earlier, man, we cut the heat off at the beginning of the broadcast, so we're hoping for finishes. We got 2 finishes so far in the first 2. One was pretty quick. The other was at the last second of the fight. So it's basically like a decision. Oh, big right already by Pons. Ooh, that's not good for the prediction. Let's go, Carlson. You got to keep him off of you, man. The guy's got power. They're both 6 feet tall, but it's almost like Harris is 6'3" and Ponzinibbio is 6 feet. Because Ponzinibbio gets low, and he's packing power. Ooh, big right. Followed by Harris. And a nice little pace here. Not as quick as the Chris Curtis-Roman Kopylov fight, but a decent pace here. I mean, they are feeling each other out, but the pace is nice. 10-6 right now for Harris in significant strikes. So you're looking at he's right around a pace of 30, 5 or 6 per minute. Nice leg kick too by Harris. So other than that one big power punch by Ponzinibbio, Harris has kind of looked comfortable here. And he tries to shoot him for the takedown. Ponzinibbio stands him straight up, digs the underhooks, and gets out of there. It looks like. Yes, he does. Go Harris, get involved here. I like your covering up, but you got to do something, man. You got to pour it on. Let's go. Come on, throw a jab. Do something. There's a leg kick, but it's more of a tap halfway through round 1. Harris is landing. It just doesn't seem like there's a lot there. Okay, there's a nice body shot. Harris is doing a good job of getting in and out. So for him, it's more precision. Ponzinibbio's looking for the power, but the problem with that, if you're not landing the power shots, in this case, Carlston Harris is going to outpace you, and that's what seems to be the angle for Carlston Harris. Is he's just going to be a little more active, may not land as much power shots, but he's going to tap you more. He's going to land strikes, and it just depends on how the judges are going to look at that if it goes all the way. Ooh, nice uppercut and another one by Harris. And what I'm seeing in these exchanges is Harris is not backing up. Ponzinibbio is coming in, excuse me, but Harris is kind of dodging and weaving the first punch and countering really well. Nice takedown defense here by Ponzinibbio. 1 minute left, round 1. He takes a left. Almost went down. Ooh, another jab. Boy, these jabs are doing it for Carlston Harris. Ooh, another one. Oh, Pons goes down. He takes another one. Stands back up. And boy, it doesn't seem like there's a lot there for Carlston, but when he lands, it's causing problems. Come on, Carlston. Gosh, that jab is starting to really land in a big right. Drops Pons. And Carlston Harris gets on top, and he can't get the finish. He tried to go for a rear, but it didn't work. And boy, he's really picking this thing up here. And Ponzinibbio's in a little bit of trouble here at the end of the round. But he will get to the end of the round as he takes a right at the bell. And Pons is grabbing the back of his head and saying, "Why wasn't that called?" And it looks like maybe Ponzinibbio, I did see that too. When Carlston Harris landed a big punch, Ponzinibbio kind of turned his back to him, and Harris landed a left. And it looked like he caused some problems in the back of the head for Ponzinibbio. So Ponzinibbio's pointing there and saying, "Hey, listen, I got hit back here. There's no call." But as we go into the end of the first round, it's 36-19. Harris really pulling away, 18-11 in head strikes. So it's 36-19 in total strikes, 36-19 in significant strikes, 18-11 in head strikes. And man, we see the replay here, the left, right, bing, bing. He didn't even land with the left. See, but that left that he's landing kind of set it up. Set up the right. And if you're Santiago's corner, you're telling him you got to be, a little cautious here at the beginning of the round. He doesn't seem like he's 100% anymore. If I'm Carlston Harris, I'm trying to finish this thing in the first minute. At least that's the body language that Ponzinibbio is sending right now. And that movement for Carlston Harris is really a plus, right? Because if Ponzinibbio is not 100%, that movement just causes more problems. Because now in order to land, you got to chase, continue keeping Ponzinibbio thinking. Whenever you throw, he's no longer there. Things like that. Ponzinibbio's corner did a great job in between rounds of kind of cleaning him up. He looks fresh again in the face. And no lingering effects from round one. Now Ponzinibbio lands a nice right. And here comes a jab from Carlston Harris. Which if you're him, you really want to continue utilizing it. I mean, it's causing problems for Ponzinibbio, keeping him off balanced. Ponzinibbio can't get in close enough, right? He's got to. Ponzinibbio seems like he's got to. It just seems like as the fight goes on, he's got less of a reach. So he's got to really, open up and step in there to land. And as for Carlston, just wants to keep that jab going to keep the distance, keep it where he likes it. Ponzinibbio lands a left. Oh, nice right by by Santiago. Unbelievable. And some of these fights that we've seen tonight are just the momentum swings are unbelievable. Like Cesar Almeida looked like he was finished, and he got the finish. Chris Curtis and Roman Kopylov had a back and forth. There was another fight or two earlier in the night that was like back and forth. I mean, it's just crazy when these guys look like they're done, and they come back in the next round. When both guys really throwing now, Carlston Harris does not look as energetic as he did just 2 minutes ago. Still throwing though. Oh, when Santiago falls, Ponzinibbio back to his feet. He jogs it off, but Harris goes right back to work with the jab. So takedown's not a factor in this fight. A lot of really good takedown defense tonight, all around for all the fighters. who have done a good job here, especially in the main card, of keeping these fights standing. Boom, nice body shot, Carlston. Let's go. Now he's starting to work the jab a little bit with the leg kicks. So it's allowing him to pull away slightly. But this round is much closer than the first one. Santiago still's got that power. Carlston's got to be careful. He's got to keep using that jab. That jab has always caused problems in his fight for Santiago, so continue using it. Every time he throws it, you could just tell. It's almost like he's getting more with the left than the right, except that one that he dropped him with, of course. Final minute, round 2. Ooh, nice right, left, right by Santiago. Big right by Harris. This is turning into a nice back and forth. Boom. Come on, Carlston. There it is. There's the left. Come on. Because I think Santiago might have won this round. I mean, it's close. It is absolutely close. Yeah, Santiago looked better in that round. Round 2 is over. And, sometimes, I mean, not sometimes, I believe almost always when the judges see one fighter dominate the first round, then the second round is close. I think human nature is just to go with the other guy, right? Because the fight's close enough to where we don't want to go into the final round 2-0, right? Because it might look like the guy that's down 2-0 dominates round 3 and loses the fight, and it would appear that he dominated the last 7 to 8 minutes of the fight. So I think human nature is to give it to the other guy. So if I had to guess, I'd say this is 1-1. You might have one judge give it 2-0 for Carlston, which is then how you get into split decision situations, especially if you have a close third round or Ponzinibbio wins a third round, you might get a split decision in his favor. But round 2 is close enough that you got to assume one or two judges gave that to Ponzinibbio. 70-48 for Harris in significant strikes, 39-36 in head strikes, so very close now in that category. But Harris is dominated in the body and in the legs. But that's not what judges look at a lot of times. Now Carlston coming in for the takedown, he gets shoved off by Ponzinibbio, who's going to stay on top and kick him. And we'll see how long this goes for before the judge stands him up, or the ref stands him up. Yeah, and if you're Ponzinibbio, you're probably content with this because this looks good for you. And you're wasting about, 30 to 45 seconds here probably. So Harris on his back trying to land leg kicks, Ponzinibbio on top trying to land leg kicks, and now you got Harris looking to get the takedown now as he dives into the hip. Now he's got the back of Ponzinibbio, but Ponzinibbio will fight out of it with an elbow. Nice. So the first minute kind of just snuck away from us here. Or ran away from us, I should say. As not much happened. And boy, I guess they're supposed to expand the apex. It doesn't look like it expanded too much. There's not a lot of people there. On certain angles, you see some extra rows and things like that, but it's still quiet enough to where you can hear the coaches yelling and screaming. 3:20 left in the fight. Nice left by Harris. And if you're Harris, you got to go back to the jab here in these final few minutes. You got to reestablish yourself, potentially land a KO, But everything was starting with the jab, and he's kind of not that he's gotten away from that, but Ponzinibbio has done enough to disrupt it. Shooting in for takedowns, scrambling a little bit, keeping Harris off balance. Nice leg kick there by Harris. Boy, this fight is too close for comfort. You know, we had Carlston Harris winning. That's in doubt right now as Harris is starting to wear down. Oh, he takes a right and a left, and now he's covering up. And he's having a tough time keeping up with Ponzinibbio now. Oh, and a nice right by Ponzinibbio. Carlston Harris is in trouble. Oh, boy. Oh, and Carlston goes down. He takes a right, and now he covers up, and he's exhausted. He's trying to do enough to keep this thing going, but he's completely tired. And Harris back to his feet, but he's completely exhausted. 2:08 left in the fight. What's going through Carlston Harris's head right now? He once had this fight going his way, and now it's beginning to turn against him as he takes a left, and the ref's going to let it go. And a lot of refs might have stopped it, and that's it. The ref jumps in, and this ref was kind of confused as to when to jump in, but he finally jumps in. I think it should have been stopped, but he was kind of like in, out, and it's like, I already went in, so I got to stop it now. And that's kind of how it went down. But Santiago Ponzinibbio with the big TKO here over Carlston Harris. He's going to move to 31-8. This guy's ridiculous. Welterweight division, UFC Vegas, 101.